Hi, today we're going to talk about area and circumference of circles. And what you need to be able to do is you want to be able to solve problems, including practical problems involving circumference and area of a circle. We need to know the parts of a circle. So this includes knowing the diameter, which goes straight across, the radius, which is from the center point to the side, center right here in the middle, and your circumference is all the way around. We need to know circumference formulas. There are two. It is circumference is equal to pi times diameter. The other one is circumference is equal to 2 times pi times r. We have to understand the parts. We have to understand that C is for circumference. Pi is this symbol, and we use 3.14. D stands for diameter. In our other one, we have 2 again. We have pi, and we have r, which stands for the radius. Well, how do we know which one to use? Well, for formula A, when they give us diameter, that's when we use circumference is equal to pi times diameter. So we have a circle with 20 feet as a diameter. So circumference is approximately, that little squiggly line means approximately 3.14 times 20. And when we do the math for that, we get 62.8 feet approximately. For formula B, we use that when the radius is given. And we must double the radius to get the diameter. So we use circumference is equal to pi times 2 times r, the radius, which circumference again is approximately 3.14 times 2 times 10. Working the steps out, circumference is approximately equal to 3.14 times 20. So our circumference is approximately 62.8 feet. The distance around any circle, which is circumference, is about 3.14 times larger than its own diameter. This is why we multiply 3.14 by the diameter of the circle to find the circumference. If you remember back when we were talking about finding pi, we used the ratio of circumference divided by diameter to find pi. Well, to find circumference, we multiply 3.14 times the diameter, or we multiply 3.14 times 2 radius. So multiplying the answer by 3 is a good way to estimate what your answer is going to be close to. All right, so here's where you're going to fill in as I'm doing here in the video. So circumference is equal to pi, and for pi, we want to take this and erase it, and we want to put in 3.14 pi. Then we want to put in the diameter, and our diameter here was 10, so we're typing in 10. And then we multiply 3.14 times 10. And when we multiply 3.14 times 10, we're going to get 31.4. So right here, we're typing in 31.4. All right, so now over here to this one. This is an example that shows radius, so we use 2 times pi times r. So 2, we're substituting pi next, which is 3.14. And we have to do the radius, which is 12. And when you plug in your calculator, you're allowed a calculator for this part. We're saying 2 times 3.14 times 12, and we get 75.36. All right, so now let's move to the area of a circle. The area of a circle's formula is area is equal to pi multiplied to r squared. When you don't see the multiplication symbol, it's assumed. Any kind of letters or numbers with letters are multiplied. And remember, if you're given the diameter, you have to divide it by 2. We have to have the radius for our area formula. So right here, remember that radius is a line segment from the center of the circle to any point on the circle. And radius is equivalent to diameter divided by 2. So in our example, if the diameter is 16 centimeters, what's the radius? So we want to say 16 divided by 2. And when we divide 16 by 2, we're going to get 8. And so again, the answer is 8 centimeters. A diameter is a line segment that goes from one point on the circle through the center to another point on the circle. So it goes straight through the center. So diameter is equal to 2 radiuses, 2 times r, or diameter is equal to radius plus a radius. Area, remember, is the number of square units needed to cover the surface of the circle. All right, so when you use the formula, you're going to be given a formula. And remember, area is equal to pi times r squared. So they're telling us our r is 6 centimeters in that picture. So the area is the units inside the circle. All right, so area is equal to pi times r times, well, remember squared means we're doing another r. 5 squared would be 5 times 5, 6 squared would be 6 times 6, so r squared would be r times r. All right, so again, for pi, we would use 3.14. For our radius here, we've got 6. Remember, we have to do it twice. Made a boo-boo and I'm fixing it. Again, we use 6, and I typed 9, but it should be 6. I'm going to fix it. So area is equal to, what we want to do now is using your calculator, you say 3.14 times 6 times 6, and we get 113.04. You should be following this by checking me on a calculator. So again, we get 113.04 square centimeters, or we can call it 113.04 centimeters squared that way. We can either write it square centimeters in words or cm with a little exponent of 2. All right, so over here we have area is equal to radius r squared. Our radius, they're showing radius here. It's from the center to the side. So our radius is 4, but our diameter would not be 4, our diameter would be 8. So we would type 3.14. And notice they've already got that little exponent of 2 we need. We need the radius, which is 4. That's how we'd set up the formula. Right here, our radius is 1.2. That means our diameter, 1.2 times 2, which is 2.4. All right, let's practice a couple. So again, we have to type in our number for pi, 3.14. Our radius number, which is 8. Our radius number again, which is 8. Then on our calculator, we do 3.14 times 8 times 8. Hit your equal sign. You get 200.96. 296 hundredths. In number 2, they gave us the diameter. So we got to find the radius before we can do anything. So the radius, remember, is equal to diameter divided by 2. So it's 9 divided by 2, which gives us 4.5. Excuse me, we say 9 divided by 2 here, which gives us the answer 4.5 to put here. All right, so plug everything into our formula here. We put in what we're supposed to use for pi, 3.14. Our radius, which we figured out was 4.5. Another radius, which we decided was 4.5. Now we figure out our answer with a calculator. So we're doing 3.14 times 4.5 times 4.5. We hit our equal sign. We get 63.585. And that is how we find circumference and area of a circle. This is Ms. Williams signing out.